I was really pleased with about 8 to 10 minutes in the second half to start it. We had some energy, we had some life about us. Guys acted like they really wanted to play, wanted to help UNCW, and that was good to see. It was refreshing after the first half. It was pretty frustrating. We just seemed a little lifeless, and we had three days of practice leading up to the game, and they were good practices. I felt like we got a lot better offensively and defensively, and it just didn't show in the first half. And so these next 3 days that we have before we go up to the tournament are going to be really important for us also to continue working on the stuff that we need to work on to get better. We had too many turnovers in the first half. Their press forced some turnovers again, and we'll keep working on it. We just got to get to our spots, just see the open man.
Questions?
What was the message between the UNCG loss to now in practice and film session?
Well, we needed to get better defensively, and then stop turning the ball over so much. We needed to get better ourselves. UNCG is a good basketball team. We didn't give our best effort that day, especially defensively, and so we worked on some things about shrinking the floor, retreating in the direction of passes, stuff that we've been working on for a long time, and we just put more emphasis on it. And we did well in practice, but today, to start the game, and it could have been their spacing. Obviously, they run different stuff than we run, and they depend a lot on three-point shot, and they try and drive it to pitch those three-point shooters. And so we just didn't have the enough energy, pop, life about us in the first half to get enough stops. If you get stops, then they're not going to get set up in their press. They won't slow us down offensively. So in the second half, we got the stops, and so we get out and run in transition.
Did you keep telling them just to push the ball down low when the game started? And they settled for a lot of free throws?
Yeah. I kept on telling them I wanted to find one person that would not shoot the open three and try and throw the ball to Devontae is what I was searching for. And, it didn't happen early, but those guys were pretty wide open. And those guys in the past have made shots. Jalen Fornes missed his first 2 threes that were about as open as you could possibly be. And Ty Taylor missed his first couple, and he was about as open as you could possibly be. So percentage-wise, they're good shooters. And you just want to see the ball go in the basket more than anything. But when they're missing, I'd like to get the ball inside of Devontae.
Well, these guys pressuring, going, okay, we don't just need a win, we need a convincing win. We really need to just get out of this funk of an 0-3 start. Do you think they did some of that? And obviously there's probably still some things to work on.
Yeah, sure. I think you always feel better after you win. I don't think we feel good after our first half performance, but I do think we can take some positives and show them some positives from that 8 to 10 minutes to start the second half, where we just started playing basketball and not worrying about whatever they're worrying about. They can't tell me what they're worrying about, but obviously I think anybody can see it, that they just are putting a little too much pressure on themselves and just not playing basketball and not enjoying trying to help their teammates. They're more worried about if they're making or missing shots or not getting the rebound. We got to chase those loose ball rebounds.
Ty Gaston, tonight, his performance, one of his best efforts.
Yeah, obviously. I think 26 points, somebody said. 26 points. He was 7 of 10 from the three-point line. He made his first couple. And they were playing that zone, and so we're going to get open looks. It's just a matter of making them. And Ty G can really shoot the ball, and obviously we're looking for him to be more consistent. And he got off to a fast start, and obviously the basket looked pretty big to him, and he kept on making them for pretty much the duration of the game. He only took 11 shots. 10 of them were threes, I guess. He made 7 out of 10. Devontae only took 8 shots. So we had 2 guys score 22 or more and take 11 shots at the most. So that's pretty good production.
Ty said practice this week was harder than normal maybe, but he said they had a lot of fun. Did anything change in practice?
No. We just started encouraging the same stuff, started stressing it maybe just a little bit more, cutting out some of the other drills to focus on the things that we really need to do. I think it was fun for Ty G because he had a pretty darn good week of practice. And so that's always a lot more fun when you do a good job practicing. Obviously, it showed up in the box score today. If things aren't showing up in the box score today for some kids, maybe they should practice a little bit better or try to have a little bit more fun at practice. Because I keep on telling them we got to take it from practice to the games a little bit more.
Devontae Kaycock, a 2020 effort, 26 rebounds. What more can you say about him?
He's been terrific, obviously. He's been fun to coach. He tries to set the tone, and some guys got to decide if they want to follow or not, And usually we got more followers. In the first half we didn't have as many. But, I just like how he's not getting frustrated out there. A lot of times last year you'd probably see some frustration whether he was getting fouled or hooked or pushed, and now he's just more worried about, being out there, trying to do the right thing for the team, and obviously being aggressive after those rebounds. I think he had a few taken away from him because maybe his teammates didn't box out, or maybe he didn't do as good a job as he normally does. But yeah, to have 26 rebounds is a heck of an effort, especially 11 on the offensive end. That means we're missing quite a few shots, but he was getting there to the boards every time.
26 rebounds, he broke his record again. Just talking about that for him.
Yeah, that's great. I saw he had 26, and I was hoping it was a record, but I knew that he wasn't breaking anybody but his own record. So I don't know. You always want to sort of get in the record books, but if you're breaking your own records, I guess you're one-upping it and making that something for somebody to shoot for as they come through here and realize the type of career he's had and how successful he's been, especially rebounding for us.
Is he one of the best rebounders you've ever coached?
Yeah, he definitely is. He has the highest motor to rebound that I've ever coached. Some guys have a high motor to run the court. Some guys have a high motor to take it right to the basket. He's got a high motor to rebound, and that's what he really wants to do. And sometimes it's hard to keep him off the boards. And, obviously the opponents will focus on trying to keep him off the boards, hoping they do a good job boxing out, so he'll be physical, and maybe, the refs will think about calling fouls, but we got to try and keep him out of foul trouble, but keep that motor as high as possible.